Okay, so how to start, right? So we have already installed software as part of last class, correct?
Yeah.
So go to programs and you will see Oracle 11G.
Yes.
Okay, first what you have to, we have to start the database. So click here. So database will start now. The server we started. So start database is done. Now we have to open the client so that we can able to write the queries, correct?
Yeah.
So to start the client, right? So under program files, you see here get started. So
Yeah.
click that one. Okay. So now we need to connect to application status. So the username is system and password is welcome one. Okay, now we need to connect to our own database. So click here, already have an account. Click login here. So workspace name is test and username is system. Password is welcome one.
Yes.
So now we connected. So now we need to. Now we are in our workspace setup. Workspace test. So we need to connect to SQL command. Click here. So now, so also as part of last class, right? What we did, we saved right our workspace. So
Yep.
click here, saved SQL. So then you can able to see. So this one is did almost 5 days ago. So click this one. Then it will display all of your old queries. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So as part of the last class, what we did, we had a simple how to create a table.
Yep.
So the create table syntax. After that, so how to see the table details. Table details means how the schema details basically. If you want to
Yep.
know the, if some, let's suppose someone given the table name person. So if you want to know the table details, what is the column, what are the all possible columns, and what is the column names, what is the data types, whether it's a null or not null, all those things can be seen by using this command. Sorry, by using this query,
Yep.
DESC table name. Then it will give full details of a particular table. So table name is person, two columns, column names are name and age, data type is varchar 250, number and nullable or not. So far it's clear, right?
Yep.
How to create table and how to see the details.
Yep.
After that, if you want to see the list of tables available in your database, all the tables, then we have to execute this command, select star from tab. Then you can able to see all the tables are available in that list, sorry, in the database. So in this database there are so many tables are available, almost more than, it is telling more than 10 rows are available. So if you want to see more than 10 rows, so what you have to do, just go to the top, see here there is a rows drop down, so select here 100, then
Yes.
execute the table again back. Now it will display all the tables. Now these are the tables available in your database.
I have a quick question. Is that
Yes.
okay? If Oracle does have any demo database that I can log in and then I can use the queries, that okay?
Yes, yes, there is a demo database also is there. I will tell you that one slowly one by one.
Okay. Okay.
Like a demo database example is HR. Right now we logged in into system. Correct.
Yes.
Inside that we created our own database called test. Correct.
Yes.
So there is another database is HR. So if
Okay.
you log into HR, right, there is so many tables are available.
Okay.
There is so many tables are available. So what is the purpose of the tables, right? So if you want to do some, if you want to play some queries, right? Then you can use the tables. So here
Oh,
also there is some demo tables are available. If you see here, right? Employee, department, demo users, demo states, demo product info. So these are the some of the existing tables.
yeah.
These are the some existing tables it was created. So if you want, you can play with these tables.
Okay, yeah.
So if you, let's suppose, say for instance, if you want to see the demo users, copy this one
Okay.
and go here. So if you use this select star from tab, it will give all the list of tables available in this,
Tabs.
correct? So,
Yeah.
okay, now if you want to see the data available in a particular table, then what you have to do? Data in a particular table. Select star from table. What is the table name? Our own table name, person, correct? So this is the table we have created, right?
Yeah.
So let me run it. We see if we get any records. See, it is telling no data, correct?
Yes.
So for what we do, just we create a table. That's all. We have not inserted any data, correct?
Yeah.
Just we created a branded new table, but there is no data. Why? Because we have not executed any. We have not inserted any data into this table.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we will tell you the data, how to insert data into a particular table.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Insert data into table. So the table name is person, correct? We have already created. Table name
Yes.
is person, and there is two columns are available. One is name, and another one is age. Correct?
Yeah.
1 second. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So now we have table already created, right? The table name is person, correct?
Yeah.
And the column names are name and age. So now
Yeah.
we are going to insert data into this table. So the syntax is insert into person, and insert into person, and we need to specify the list of columns.
Yeah.
So what is the first column?
Name.
Name. And what is the second column? Age.
Yeah.
So these are the available columns. After that we have to provide the values.
Okay.
So what is the first column? Name, right? So name is, let me give the name is ABC. So name is a varchar, right?
Yes.
So that's what I provided value in a single quote and comma. And what is the next column?
Age.
Age is an integer, correct? So let me give the age is 10.
Time.
So let me execute. So see, it's showing status one rows or row inserted, correct?
Yeah.
So now if you want to see the data, whatever you inserted, so what you have to do, you have to execute
The.
select star from table name, correct?
Yeah.
Basically this query is right, whatever you are writing, it is a case insensitive. So table name, whether you can give uppercase or lowercase, doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Yes, it's a case insensitive. So you can write in uppercase or lowercase, it doesn't matter. But data is case sensitive. This is a data, right?
Yeah.
So this is case sensitive, but the query is right, what you are writing. This is one query, correct?
Yeah.
Select star from tab, select star from person. These are queries. These are case insensitive.
Right.
So now if you see, just now we inserted one row. We executed select star from person. It is giving the data.
Yeah.
So let me add two more rows. So I'm giving person name is ABC is fine, and the second person name I'll give QRT, and let me give 11. So this is the column names, and this is the corresponding values, correct?
Well, yes.
And XYZ, XYZ, and MNO. There is some. Let me insert this data. Select all the 3 rows and execute. Okay, I think we have to remove this one. If you want to execute all the statement, right, all the queries at a time, then try this way. So it is not executing. Okay, then execute one by one. So select
No.
this one, run. So data is inserted, and select second query, data is inserted, and select third query, data will be inserted. So now if you want to see the data from this table, so far we have inserted 4% details, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now what you do, just select star from person, then you can able see data 4 rows, return it back,
Yes.
correct? MNO ABC QRT XY, correct?
Yeah.
So this is the way of syntax to insert the data. Okay, now there is another way also we can insert the data. What is the second approach, right? So right now here we are mentioning the column names, correct?
Yes.
Column names. Say for instance, if you want to insert the data for all the columns, in that case you no need to mention this column names explicitly. You can ignore it, meaning
Just give the value.
just give the value, and you no need to mention the column names, but we have to follow the order. What is the
Oh,
order? So what is the columns order? First one is name, right?
yes.
And second one is order. So you have to insert the value in the same order.
Okay. Yeah.
If you want to insert data in a different order, first age after name, then you have to mention here explicitly.
Okay.
Meaning, let me give that example also. So first I want to insert age. After that
Okay.
I want to insert name. Then first,
Yeah.
what is the order here? You mentioned.
Age first.
So age first, right? So age, let me give 20, and name I am going to give as a ABC. ABC. So whatever the order, if you are mentioning here, we have to insert the data in the same order.
Okay.
Okay, now let me run it.
I think there is a two, invert. Yeah, there is single quotation.
Yes, you're correct, you're correct. So now let me run it. So now data is inserted. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the second way to insert the data, and third way is, if you don't want to mention any column names, then you have to give the values in the same order as the schema.
Okay. Yeah.
So the table is created with the first column is name and the second column is age, correct?
Age.
So
Yeah.
you have to follow the same order when we are providing the values. So now
Okay.
just insert directly and run it. So it is inserted. See, MNO 10. So
Yeah.
let me add another 100, and so one row inserted. If you want to see the data, select star from person. Then it will give the list of records. So
Yeah.
it is having 7 rows.
Yeah.
So this is clear, right? This is the basic example how to create table and how to see the table schema details and how to see the table data and
Yeah.
how to insert the data into table.
Yes.
Okay, now there is one more syntax for insert. Say for instance, if you want to insert only name or only age, only name or only age. So how to insert the data? And now can you go back your table? If you see your table, right? So name is mandatory or optional?
Name is actually
We
yeah,
mentioned as a not null, correct?
not now. Yes.
So it is mandatory. You have to provide always, correct?
Yeah.
But for age, we didn't mention anything, meaning it is a optional.
Optional.
So you can able to insert one row without age, but name is mandatory, correct?
Yeah.
So name is mandatory. So I want to insert one row with name only. So in that case, definitely you have to specify the column name.
Yeah.
Why? Because you are not inserting the data for all the columns. Also, you are not following the table schemas. Correct?
Yeah.
So meaning, copy this one and paste it here. Insert into person, and we are going to insert only name. Correct?
Yeah.
Age is optional. Correct?
Yeah.
So here you can write here course F. So this is my name,
Yeah.
and I want to insert only name. I don't know the age. So name is mandatory and age is optional. Okay. So let me run it. See, one row is inserted. Now let me execute the select query whether we will get our details or not. See, name is inserted, correct? If you see the
Yeah.
age, it's optional.
Optional. Yeah.
If you try ulta, what will happen? Does it will allow?
No.
Why? Because name is mandatory, age is optional. So now I don't want to insert name. I want to insert only age. So age is a number, right? So I had to
Yeah.
give 99. So let me run this query. What will happen? So what it's saying?
Yeah. Name. Test person name. Name can in null. Okay. Cannot insert null into. Okay.
Because person is a table and name is a column and it is a mandatory.
Okay. Yeah.
So it is not allowing this row because it will not take null into name column.
Yeah.
So this is clear, right? This is a simple table, how to create table, how to select the data and how to insert the data.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So what are the possible ways to insert the data, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me run the select star from person again. If you see here, right? So under name column, I can able to insert the duplicate data, correct?
Yes.
So MNO is there 2 times, correct?
Yeah.
3 times, not 2 times,
Three.
3 times, correct? So
Yeah.
I don't want to allow duplicates under name column. So how to create it? I want to create a table and I don't want to allow one column value as a duplicate.
Okay.
So we have to make this column as a primary key or unique
Okay.
key. So we'll see all those keys. So
Okay.
primary key means, so every table having only one, you can able to identify each record uniquely, meaning that column having unique record, unique name, sorry, unique name, meaning it will not take duplicate value.
Okay.
That is called primary key.
Yeah.
So if you say name is primary key, then it will never allow null value and it will never allow duplicate value.
Okay.
So that is the rule for primary key. Not null and no duplicates.
Okay.
And for every table, you can able to create a primary key maximum only one per table, only one per table.
Okay.
We'll give you example so that you will understand. Meaning, so if you consider, let me create one more table called student.
Okay.
So this is very important. What is primary key? So basically, I want to create a table, student name, age, and roll number. So I want to make roll number as a unique.
Okay.
So okay, roll number and student name and age. Correct. Roll
Yeah.
number I want to make as a integer, and the student name I want to make as a varchar 2,
Yeah.
can give 50,
Yeah.
and age is integer,
Teacher.
that you can ignore, and student
Okay.
name I want to make as a primary key.
Primary.
Meaning same student roll number we should not give to two people, correct?
Yes.
So that's what I want to make this roll number as a unique key, primary key. So
Yeah.
when we're discussing Hibernate, right? So
Yeah.
how we are generating the primary key? For every table, it is having a primary key. We are mentioning in the XML, right? ID.
Yes.
So ID, and we are giving the column name, correct? So
Yeah.
that ID means in the Hibernate, it's a primary key. So in the now, so in that time, right? So Hibernate used to generate the table, correct? A
Yes.
primary key. Now we are creating the tables, correct?
Yes.
So roll number I want to make as integer, and I want to make this as a primary key, meanings it should not take null values, it should not take duplicate values, correct? These are the properties of a primary key, and you
Yeah.
can able to provide maximum one primary key per table, only one or none.
No. Sorry. The one. One.
Only one. If you see the above table, right, student or person, so there is no primary key, correct? There is no keys, just plain table.
Yeah.
So in that case, there is no primary keys. So how to know whether a table is having keys or not?
Okay.
So if you want to know whether the table is having any primary key or not, so how to do that one? So we have to execute describe person. Execute it. It's not giving the results. Yes. So now, right, if I describe the person tables, did you see that there is a primary key, one column?
Yes.
Under primary key column, it is saying dash. There is no primary keys for this table.
Yes.
So now I am going to create a sample table which is having one primary key.
Yeah.
And the student name, I'm going to create a table. Create table student. And what is the first column name?
Is roll
Roll
number.
number. And data type is integer. And I want to mention this as a not null.
Not now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to create a primary key, right? So after not null, you have to mention primary key. So
Okay.
this is the syntax. Column name, data type, null or not null, and primary key. Correct?
Primary key. Yeah.
So one column is done. Now second column. What is the second column name? Student name. Correct? Student
Yes.
underscore name. You can give this column names as per your wish.
Yeah. Okay.
Std underscore name. Generally, we are following this syntax. So in a column, if you have two words, then we used to separate the two words by underscore.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is the syntax we have to follow basically. So
Okay.
std underscore name, and this is a varchar, correct? Varchar
Yes.
can give 50. So if you want, you can mention this one as a not null, because definitely we need student number,
Yeah.
student name, right? So
Yeah.
then age, it is a integer or number. So this is a table. Now let me execute it. So table is created.
Yes.
So now let me see the table structure. Just now this table is created. We will see our table is created as per our wish or not. DESC, and what I have to provide later? Table name,
Student.
correct? Student. Then select that one and execute this query. So if you see, right, what is the table name? What is the first column?
Yeah.
So
Table name is student. First
student,
column roll number, and
roll
this is
number is
primary key.
number, correct?
Yeah.
and length is 22. By default it will take integer number as a 22, and by default the scale default value, meaning scale means default value.
Okay.
So if you see there under primary key column, what is saying?
1.
So this is a primary key.
A primary key.
Yes. So under primary column it is saying 1. Okay. And nullable, it is not nullable, right? We are saying it is a not null, correct?
Yep.
So that's what it is saying, underscore. And there is no, we are not providing any default value. We will see that later, default, all those things.
Okay.
And for second column, varchar length is 50 and it is not a primary key.
Yes.
And third column age number length is default integer, it will take 22 and it is not a primary key.
Right.
And it is a optional.
Optional. Yes.
We didn't mention anything, meaning it is optional.
Right.
Okay, this is the syntax. This is the syntax to create a table with primary key.
Right.
So primary key, it will not take null value, correct?
Yeah.
And it will not take duplicate value,
Yes.
and it will not allow to create two primary keys per a table. It will not allow. So
Okay.
maximum you can able to create only one primary key per a table, one or none.
Yeah.
So let me, if I want to drop this table from the database, what is the syntax? Drop table and table name, correct?
Yeah.
So what it will do, I'm going to drop the permanently this particular table from the database. So drop
Yeah.
table name. So
Yeah.
execute it. So table got dropped. If you see, if you describe the table now, what you will get? Table not found.
Yes.
So because I have dropped, right?
Yeah.
So now what I will do, I will try to add primary key for name also. What will happen? Just we will see.
Okay.
So this is a valid syntax.
Yeah.
So we are trying to add two primary keys for one table. Does it will allow?
No. No.
So we will see that one, whether it will allow or not. Table can have only,
One primary key.
so it will not take more than one primary key, correct? So
Right.
this is a invalid table creation. So let me create. Now this is a valid, correct? We are giving only one primary key, correct?
Yeah.
So now let me create it. Yes, now it is fine. Table is created.
Yeah.
Okay, there is another way to create primary key. Syntax is different. There is another way to create primary key. Let me create another table. So let me drop this one. I'm
Okay.
going to drop the student table. So table got dropped. It's deleted. So now the same student I will create in another way with primary key. It is another syntax basically. So roll number, integer, not null. Here we are mentioning primary key, right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to mention here. So after age, right? So all
Yeah.
these things, primary key is, it's a constraint basically. So we have to write constraint. Constraint is a keyword.
Okay.
Constraint. We can give the name primary key. So constraint is a keyword. So for this primary key, right? I'm giving some alias name.
Okay.
PK. You can give any name. And
Okay.
primary space key. After that we have to give the column name for which column you are trying to create primary key. So I'm trying to create for column name called roll number.
Number.
So what is the purpose of this one? So if you want to give a unique name for this primary key, so you can give like this. Otherwise default it will take this column name as a primary key.
Okay.
If you don't want to give this roll number as a primary key name, then you can give like this. So now the primary key is there for this column with this name.
Okay. Yep.
So this is the another syntax, another way to create primary key.
Okay.
Name already used by constraint. Okay, now let me, sorry. So now let me run it. Table does not exist. So, so now what is telling name already used by? So I told you, right? So this is the name I had given, primary key. So what is telling there is some other table which is having with this name
Yeah.
pk, somebody some other table already used, so I'm going to use as a pk1 constraint.
Okay. Yeah.
Now let me run it. So now table is created,
Okay.
table is created, and primary key also created. See the primary key for column name as a roll number, correct? So
Yeah.
for roll number we created a primary key with this name as a pk1.
Right.
Now let me describe the table whether it's displaying properly or not.
Okay.
Describe student and run. Did you see this? Student roll number
Yeah.
and the primary key is roll number.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct? It's creating properly, right?
Yeah.
So what is the purpose of, what is the difference between this one and this one? So what is the difference between these two? So if you want to use this primary key in some other table as a foreign key,
Oh,
so
I
that
got
time,
it.
yes, that time we have to use this one, pk1.
So that means that if we don't use the constraint, then we cannot use this.
You can use that time the foreign key name we have to use as a roll number.
Okay.
By
Got it.
default it will take column name. If you don't want to mention, if you don't want the foreign key as a column name, then you can modify that one as like this.
Okay. Yeah.
Otherwise in this case foreign key is this one, in this case foreign key is this one. Rest of the things are, everything is same.
Okay.
If somebody want to use the student reference key in address table,
Yeah.
so we saw some examples, right? Like student and course, correct?
Yeah.
Course ID we are taking as a foreign key and we are inserting into student table, correct?
Yeah.
So in that case we have to use pk1. As we follow the above table we have to use roll number as a foreign key. So that
Right.
is the only difference, rest of the things are same.
Yeah.
So this is the two ways to create a table with primary key.
Yeah.
So this is clear, primary key is clear.
Yes.
Okay, now what we will do, we'll try to insert some data into this table. So how to insert data into this table? Insert into student values. I'm going to insert values for all the columns, so I'm not going to mention any column names. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have to follow same order. What is the first one? Roll number,
Uh,
correct? And second column is
uh, Student name.
student name is abc, and what is the third column?
Yeah. Age.
Age. So this is the one column, one row, one record basically. So
Yeah.
let me insert it. So missing
Yeah.
into
Into is extra. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
insert into student. So now one row is inserted, correct?
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to insert the same row again back. Does it will allow?
Or no.
So what is telling? Unique constraint test pk1 violated.
Yeah. Because it's a primary key.
Yes, it is telling pk1, right? But
Yeah.
because now we had given a specific name pk1.
PK one.
So let me drop this table and let me execute this one, and we will see the same scenario again back. Okay,
Okay.
now the table is created with this schema. pk1 is primary key now, correct?
Yeah.
Now let me drop this student table. Now let me create student. Now what is the primary key name?
Roll number.
Okay, now let me insert data into this table. So data is inserted, correct?
Yeah.
And if you want to see the data, select star from student, correct?
Yeah.
Now one row is inserted. It's yeah. So now we got the data. See, roll number
Yeah.
is 1 and student name is ABC and age is 10. Now what I want to do, I want to insert, I'm trying to insert same student again back one more time. So what it's telling, unique constraint thesis is some violated.
Yeah.
If you see right, so what is the primary key name it is given? It's generated its own primary key name,
Yes.
sys underscore some number. So it is
Yeah.
generating. Why? Because you have not provided any primary key name, right? So it is generated a primary key called sys underscore some generated number, c underscore
Yeah.
sys underscore some generated number.
Yeah.
So if you don't want like this generated number, then you can give your own name. In the previous case, what it was telling, test pk1 violated, correct?
Yeah.
So let me copy this one. So if you are not giving any primary key like this, it will give the primary key name its own way.
Right.
So now let me drop this table and let me create the table like this, and let me insert the data. Data is inserted, second row. If you see here, right, if you copy this error message, then you will
Yeah.
understand what is the difference.
Okay. I got it.
So this is the difference between the two syntax.
Oh,
So this is only for backend purpose. It doesn't give any difference for developer.
okay.
So it doesn't give any difference for developer. So your data will be, everything is same, only in this the naming conversion. So if you
Uh,
want to give your own names, then we have to follow this syntax. If you don't want to follow any naming conversion, then you can mention at the column level as a primary key.
right.
It is clear, primary key, how to create and how to insert the data, what is the possible errors.
Yeah.
So now if you want to insert another record, so you have to modify the data, then give your own name and give the student name,
Yeah.
then it will take. So now
Yeah.
if you see, it will take the two students because roll number is unique. Okay, now let me insert one more row with student name as a null, whether it will take or not.
Okay.
So what I will do, I will give student name as a null, and this is 12, and let me give this one as a pqr, and
Okay.
let me try to insert this record. What it's telling, cannot insert null into
Into
test,
student roll
student
number.
take
Yeah.
roll number. So
Yeah.
this is the schema name, works in our database name,
Yeah.
table name and column name.
Yeah.
This error is clear, right? Now we can able to understand this codes, right?
Yes.
So Oracle having for every this is a standard errors, right? So you are trying to insert null for a primary key, so this is the standard error code.
So Oracle have some series of error code
Yes,
name
yes,
something like
yes.
the define.
So like in Java we have exceptions, right?
Yes.
Null point exception, something like that, right?
Yep.
So these are the error codes. So if you are trying to insert a duplicate or a duplicate record with primary key, then you will get this value, unique constraint. If you are trying to insert null value for primary key, this is the error code.
Yeah.
So these are the standard error codes for Oracle database.
Okay.
It's like null point exception, class cast exception, number format exception, right?
Yeah.
In the similar way, Oracle also having its own error codes.
Yeah.
So if you want to see this all standard error codes, think you can get in Maybe you can go for this one. It is same for everywhere for all the versions.
Okay.
So primary key is there from the day one. See the list of codes.
Okay.
So now we got some of the error codes 01 400. So it will come under 01, right? So 0100 01 500. So it will come here somewhere in this range. So 01 400, right?
Yeah.
400 or what? 01 4
Zero one one four 1400.
01 1 4
Zero.
01 400. 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pramod, tell me. Yeah, can I call you back in 10 minutes? I'm in a class. Yeah, I will call you back in 10 minutes. Okay? Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
hello. So now what is that error code? 01 400, right? 01 400. So it is not there in the range. So 01 400.
Is in the upper one, the second one.
So it
The,
will come here.
yeah.
Yes, it will come here. So they had given a series of error codes. Just we need to read that one. So 01 400. Correct. So if you see here, right? So it is
Yeah.
filling create this. If you see this error code, this message, then cannot insert null into any column.
Okay.
Meaning you are trying to insert null into a not null column.
Okay.
So in that case, you will get this error message. You are telling not null, but you are trying to insert null.
Yeah.
So this is the standard error codes and corresponding message, and they will give this example.
Okay.
So if you see cannot insert null into schema name, table name, column name.
Yeah.
Even we also get same syntax, right? Cannot insert null into system, sorry, test, student, and roll
And
number.
roll number.
Test, student, roll number, correct?
Yeah.
So these are the standard error codes. You can, but just by seeing the error code, you can able to, you no need to remember these codes, just I'm telling
Yeah.
you. So there is
Yeah.
lots of codes is there, so no need to remember. Just this is just for our understanding purpose.
Okay.
So these are the Oracle standard error codes. Just I'll ping, I'll give this URL to you. Just you can keep with you. So just you can save this URL somewhere so that you can refer later in future.
Okay.
So let's suppose in production somewhere, right? If you are getting these error codes, so if you see this error code, right, in the log, so
Okay.
then you open this URL and try to read it, this error code, meaning what is the exact reason why your query is failing. Then you will get some more idea.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I'm giving this URL to you. You got you got this URL, right?
Yeah. Okay. One question. When
Yeah.
actually I'm disconnected, at that times I can't get the chat information. No. So during the time I have to copy and paste somewhere else.
So if you mean your chat history is I mean you didn't save, correct?
Yeah. So
So
yeah.
okay.
During the we are class we can copy, but after class I didn't find.
If you didn't copy it in a specific class, right? If you will ask me, then I can able to provide you. That's not a problem.
Okay.
So it will be saved in my location.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's what I can do. It. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it will be saved in my location basically.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay. I'll copy.
I'll paste it here only.
Okay.
Just I pasted in this document only as a comment. These are the comments. This make as a comments.
Okay.
Some of the error codes I made it as a comment. Just save. Click on save. So it will override the existing file system. So first day class is already saved. Okay, this primary key is clear, right?
Yes.
So primary key and unique key violation cannot insert into null. It is clear, right?
Yes.
So now I'll give one more example. Say for instance, you have a requirement, you want to make one column as a unique and you want to insert null also. So how to
Oh,
define that column? So in that case, we have to define that column as a unique. There is another key called unique.
okay.
What is the difference between this primary key and unique keys? The only difference is it will allow null value and it will not allow duplicate values. So it will allow more number of nulls, but it will not allow same number again back one more time. So let me give another example. So now we have a student table.
Yeah.
So let me create the same. The syntax is same. There is no difference.
Yeah.
Just I will copy. So now there is another syntax, another key called unique key. unique. So now create table. Instead of student, I am going to create as a address. Okay,
Yeah.
address. So instead of giving roll number, I will give address ID. Correct?
Yeah.
Address ID and address city name and postal code.
Okay.
So address ID, city name, postal code.
Yeah.
So I want to maintain this address ID as a unique.
Okay.
Unique. Also, if there is no address ID, I want to insert as a null.
Okay.
Either I want to insert null or unique number.
Okay.
Either you can insert null or unique number. It will not take duplicate numbers, but it will take.
Null value.
So that is the basic difference between, now you know the basic difference between unique key and primary key, right?
Yeah.
So primary key will not take null value,
Okay.
but unique key will take null value.
Null value.
Both
Yeah.
primary key and unique key will not take duplicate numbers.
Okay. Yeah.
And there is another difference is we can able to add more number of unique keys per table.
Okay.
So you can able to add more number of unique keys per table.
Yeah.
But whereas primary keys maximum 1.
1.
So this is the basic difference between primary key and unique key.
Yeah.
Did I written something here? Yes, so here roll number. So here you can 1 per table. 1 per table. Not allow null.
No.
Unique values. So these are the properties of primary key, correct? So 1 per table, it will not allow null and unique values.
Yeah.
And if you see the primary key, sorry, unique key,
Unique.
so it will take null and it will not take duplicate numbers or values.
Yeah.
And more number of unique keys are allowed per table.
Per table. Yeah.
So this is the basic difference between primary key and unique key.
Yeah.
So if you say I know Oracle, they will ask this kind of questions. What is the difference between primary key and unique key?
Okay.
Okay, now we will try to we'll see the syntax, how to create unique key. The syntax is same. So now create table and column name, a data type not null, and here instead of primary key you need to mention unique. Unique. That's all. Rest of the things are same. So it's not a primary key. We replace the primary key with unique key.
Unique.
So that is the basic. Now run it. So what it's telling, name is already existing object, meaning the address table is already there. So what I will do, I'm trying to
Address one.
let me give as a, instead of address one I'll give. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me give now address one. Let me run it. See, now the table is created.
Yeah.
So if you want to see the, if you want to describe this table, how the table is created, DESC address one, correct?
Yeah.
Then run this query. So address one is the table name, address ID column, and it is not
No.
a primary key, right?
Yeah.
If you see under primary column, under primary key, it is saying dash dash. Why? Because it
Yeah.
is not a primary key. It is a just unique key.
Yes.
It is a just unique key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And now what I will do, we will try to see some second syntax also. So
Okay.
address one, and here constraint. So PK1, we use PK1? We cannot
No,
use. Why? Because
we already
some
used.
other table already using this constraint, right?
Yeah.
So we have to use UQ, unique constraint,
Yeah.
primary key. So here we have to replace with, correct?
Unique. Yeah.
Now we have to drop the table first. Drop table. Correct. I'm going to drop the previous address table,
Yeah.
whatever I created as part of these lines.
Yeah.
Now I am going to execute it. So now the table is dropped. Now I am going to create, table is created with
Yeah.
unique key with name as a UKUN. If you're not giving this name, and the oracle will give some syntax, some random generated number, correct?
Yeah.
So now let me insert some data, and we will see how to insert the data. Insert into add RSS1 values. So what is the first column?
Roll number.
I think we have to rename it. Instead of roll number, we will give this address ID.
Yeah.
Address ID, and second name is city name. City name, and the last name is pin code, postal code.
Postal.
So now let me drop this table, recreate it again back. I'm going to drop it. I'll recreate the table as it is, like above. So now
No,
missing
there's
red
actually
parenthesis.
postal. No. Okay. Postal. Okay. Age you have to delete it.
Oh, correct. Yes. Age.
Okay. Postal code.
Now address in total, city name, varchar, not null, postal code.
Postal code you have to give now.
Address, postal code, it's required. It is required. Maybe we have not given any comma. Have to give comma here. Now let me create it. So duplicate column name. What is the duplicate column name? Postal code. So here we need to modify. What is the constraint? Constraint constraint.
Yeah.
UK1 and unique column name. Now
Yeah.
it is correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Now let me create it. Roll number is invalid identifier. Where is roll number here? So here, what is the column name here? We modified, right? Address ID.
Address ID.
So now we have to give for address ID column. We are trying to make address ID as a unique, correct?
Yeah.
So now it is created, correct?
Yeah.
Now if you describe it, right, so it is same everything, column names under primary key, nothing is there.
Yeah.
Postal code is, it's not, it will allow null, rest of the columns are mandatory.
Yeah.
So now let me insert the data. So what is the first column?
First column is address ID.
Address ID, and second column is,
City name.
let me give some Bangalore,
Okay.
and what is the postal code? 560011. So this is my postal code.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me insert the data. So one row is inserted, correct?
Yeah.
Now what I will do, I will try to insert same row again back. So what it's telling, unique constraint test, give
Unique
the
key
table name.
value.
Test is a database name,
Yeah.
and UK1 is a constraint name. It is violated
Valid. Yeah.
because you are trying to insert duplicate data,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
So because we had given here UK1,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
So if you create the table, with above syntax, so then you will not see this number.
Yeah.
You will see some generated number, correct? Here,
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
here, it will generate. So let me create that scenario also. So let me drop this one, and let me create a unique key without giving any specific name. Now
Okay.
table is created. Now I am trying to insert one record. Inserted second record. See,
Yeah.
it is generating its own name, right, for unique key.
Yeah.
So that is the basic difference between these two syntax.
Yeah.
And if you want to insert one more record, then we have to give some unique name. So
Yeah.
either you give like this, either you give 101, it will
Yeah.
take.
Yeah.
So because 101 is a different number, correct?
Yeah.
So it will take. If you want to see the records, you have to execute select star from address 7, correct?
Yeah.
Now two rows you will see 101, 102, 100, 101, correct?
Yeah.
Rest of the columns are, you will see duplicate value because these are not primary key, not unique key, correct?
Yeah.
So only this is the one is the
Yeah.
unique
Unique.
key. And
Yeah.
also you can able to add more number of unique keys per table.
Ah,
So
okay.
if
Yeah.
you
More.
want, yes, that is also possible. If you want to make address ID and city name as unique, then you have to add one more constraint here, comma, you have to add one more constraint, comma, and same way you have to create like this. So I will give one more example for that one. Okay, now we will see another scenario. I told you, right? So this unique key will take null value, correct?
Yes.
So now I don't want to give value, I want to give, so instead of, for unique key I'm giving value as a null, correct?
Yeah.
So because this is not a primary key, so it will take null value. So it is telling, so null cannot test address, cannot insert null into test address 1. So because it is a integer, right? So
Yeah.
integer will not take null. The default value for integer is 0. We
Zero.
are not providing any value, right? So
Yeah.
it will take 0 basically. If it is a varchar, then it will take null value.
No, 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 yeah, right.
If it is a varchar, then it will take null value.
Yeah.
Integer means it will take 0 as a default value.
Default value.
If it is a varchar, then it will take null.
No.
So that is, then this query will not execute because its number will not take null. But if you mention this as a varchar, right? So then it will take null value.
Yeah.
Okay, now we will see one more example which will take two columns as a unique.
Yeah.
So let me create same table address 1. If you want to add one more constraint, so give comma. I want to give this one as a UK2.
Yeah.
And for second column, for city name, I want to make as a unique.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
So before creating this table, what I had to do,
Drop.
I'll give some different name, address 2 I'll give.
Okay. Yes.
So now let me run it, whether it will execute or not. Invalid identifier. Did you see anywhere? Identifier constraint. Constraint UK2 unique city name. So can add it here. Try like this. It should work. Yes. So these two are now address ID and city name are both are
Constraint.
constraints of type
Yeah.
unique key. So these
Yeah.
two you should not enter duplicate values.
Yeah.
These two are together, we should not enter duplicate values.
Right.
It is kind of composite unique key.
Yeah.
Now previously only address ID will not take duplicate now. So if these two combinations should not be duplicate.
Okay.
So now if we want to insert the data, now these two are composite unique key.
Yeah.
So it will not take same address ID, same city name. It will not take as an input. You are not able to enter. So let me write the data. So now here I will give address 2, right?
Yeah.
So now let me insert the data. One row is inserted.
Yeah.
So second row, if I'll try to insert, it will fail.
Yeah.
So violation failed. So now what I will do, I'll give Bangalore 1.
Yeah.
Now I can able to insert. But did you see then street?
Yeah. You can do that because this
It's a
also.
it's a different. See if I'll execute select, right, so then you will see same address ID, correct?
Yeah.
Did you see the same address ID? But city name is different, right?
Yeah.
So if you combine these two columns, it's a different. It's both are different, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So this is the way we can able to add. This is the way we can able to add two constraints per table, more than one unique constraints per table.
Yeah.
So now city name also unique key, correct?
Right.
Now for city name, now I can able to insert null values. So let me try that example. So now what I will do, address to. So I will give here 101 and this one I will give as a null. I
No.
don't want to give anyone, but still it is a unique key,
Yeah.
but still it will take. Cannot insert null into city name. So here also there is a rule basically. If it is an independent column, then it will take. Now it is a composite unique key, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So in
Yeah.
this case it will not take. If you mention if address ID is not there, then it will take null.
Yeah.
So that is the rule basically. These are the there is the rule. These are the basic rules basically. If you are trying to make as a two columns as a unique key, composite unique key, then it will not take null. If you are trying to create one column as a unique key, and if it is a varchar, then it will take null.
Yes.
So this is another rule basically. So let me. What is yes? So unique key null or unique it will take. So null means in case of composite, it will not allow. If you mentioning unique key by combining two columns, right, then it will not allow null value.
Yes.
If you are creating a table unique column with varchar, then you can able to add null values.
Right.
So these are the differences between unique key and primary key.
Yep.
And so far it's clear, right?
Yep. So that's clear. Yep.
Okay. And so as part of a next class, right, what we will see, and primary key, unique key, now we will see. So right now we have created composite key, right, for unique key.
Yes.
The similar way we can able to create composite key for primary key also, meaning we can able to combine two columns as a primary key,
Okay.
composite key. So when we did in, I mean, Hibernate, right, so that time we created a composite key, right?
Yep.
So meaning if you want to create two columns together as a primary key, instead of one column you can able to create two columns together as a primary key like unique key.
Yep.
So we can able to do that one also, that one we will see. And we will see foreign key.
Okay. So in
So
the next
how,
class we'll see
yes,
foreign key and
composite key and foreign key.
okay. Yep.
And you installed this Oracle database?
Yes. Actually, yeah. I was able to install and I was using.
Yes,
Uh,
then it's good. Yes, yes. And what I will do, I will send these queries to you, then you can create these tables, you can play with this,
okay. Yeah. Yep.
these files, right, whatever I created I will send to you, and then you can play with this. Okay,
Thank you.
fine, thanks, yeah, no problem.
Okay. One thing. Okay. Whenever you need actually, the amount, just let me know. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, whenever.
Yeah. If you texted me the regarding the amount, payment, so and I will send you. Okay.
Okay, okay, fine, fine, yeah, no problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Fine, yeah, thanks.